Welcome back, everyone, to Sanity Lost, a podcast where we talk about things, sometimes roll dice, and then everyone has a problem with things they bring into the game.
What are you talking about?
Welcome. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
I don't think I
Do
do.
we?
I don't know. It's sometimes I don't know how to start these things, so I'm just, I said I was gonna share something with you guys because this is like my third time seeing it, and I thought it was funny. So, this is the new technology that they want to help people cool off during the summer. So I just wanted to know what you guys thought of this, and would you use it?
Hold on, where's Discord?
Is
I
it
lost
in Discord? Okay.
Yeah, it's in Discord.
Oh man. Delayed here.
Well then.
What's happening there?
Oh, that is that's
So
hilarious.
would someone like to explain to the audience what
Go for it,
you guys are
Elizabeth.
watching?
No,
I'm
thank
sure
you.
you can capture that
No,
very
thank
eloquently.
you.
No, I think we should just have our reactions and not let anybody know exactly what we're reacting to.
Can I just stand here and go like this? So
You already are.
just
So.
imagine.
I was going to say, it's a shirt flapper.
It doesn't
and I'll
work
leave
for the
it at that.
audio version of this podcast. Huh.
Just the shirt flapping is a little bit
If you were
lower
going to
than it
automate
should be.
shirt flapping, how would you do it?
Yeah, imagine a belt that flaps your shirt.
So, and when you guys all roll IRL sanity checks,
Oh, that failed a long time ago.
What is my sanity? I don't know what my base sanity is.
it's already gone down by knowing me. So, and not even from games. Like everyone's like, "What? You're not that traumatic." No, you guys don't understand. Every time we go to a con with Elizabeth, and we're just there to be like, "I don't care. Let's just go wherever." Her next words are, "Y'all the worst."
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I'm like, look.
Seriously.
And then
hate
I
it.
respond with, I have the 3-day pass. You have the 1-day pass. So just let's go. Like, let's do what y'all want to do because I can spend the whole weekend here. You got like 12 hours.
But you never say that. You don't say
did.
that. You just say
He
what
did
you
just
wanna
now.
Do. He did just now, but not
Well,
last
no,
year at PAX.
No, I did say, hey, you guys have the 1-day. I remember saying that.
I
have
do not remember this, Dave.
Exactly,
I do not
because
remember
just like a normal player, selective listening.
I'm sorry, were you talking?
Exactly. Guess what? Y'all did. Timmy killed you. He was the real villain all along.
I'm just
Pulls
a
down
very
the clown mask.
methodical con goer, and I feel like our group tends to not be.
Hey, it worked out because then I was able to get y'all's Christmas gift without anybody really thinking about it because
Oh.
Nate ran to one side of the convention and I think John and Elizabeth were like, we gotta like use the bathroom or something, and I'm like, let's meet over by the giant Pikachu, which is also right next to the North Foundry. And then the North Foundry guy gave you guys crap because he's like, wait, you're the one running the game and you're buying them dice? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that's not what he's like, it should be the other way around. I'm like, hey man, it's all good. And now it works out even better because then it's like when I hear I think almost every set of dice rolls terribly for them.
That's what
It
you
rolls
can
pretty
tell
good
them
for
this
me.
year. You can be like, listen, this was the best investment I made.
Yeah, Josh still uses them, so.
I know.
Yeah, I do too. Mine are
Yep.
here.
Oh, I'm not saying that you guys
Okay.
don't use it. Nite, you're too far away, so
There's this thing
There's
called
also-
shipping.
yeah. There's a
That adds too much cost. That extra $10, too much.
Yep.
Too
to be
much.
fair, I did think about buying dice sets for like all of my players, and then I did the math, and I'm like, I gotta pay rent. I'm gonna do the ones that I'll see in person.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair.
So that is a benefit, and if I move away to theoretical location, that will no longer happen. So
Oh, you're gonna be super secretive about your theoretical location move?
No,
Publicly.
it's nowhere. Unrecorded media. It's not like if it does happen, it is a smaller town than I'm living in now. So
Very true. I mean, we don't live in a super small town unless you consider like the neighborhood that you live in, your town.
if I say the district of the area that I live in, it is like 8 streets. You can I walk around my whole like township or district or whatever it is like almost every day.
Yeah?
So
I didn't realize it was that small.
yeah, it's
Interesting.
not big. Well, it's well no, I walk half of it, and then on Saturdays when I am not tired from work and have a little bit more time, then I walk around that, and then the rich neighborhood. I know it's the rich neighborhood because they don't have telephone poles.
Ooh. That's fancy.
And they have there's a house. I'm like, man, if I could steal a house, it'd be this one.
If I could steal a house.
Yeah,
That
it
is not
like,
anything I've ever thought before, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like, I realized that like there's a certain style of houses that I like, the material wise. I like brick and stone. Like I like the visuals of it. I think it probably has to do with the house I grew up in having a brick front.
Yeah.
And so like I associate that in my head with that's a good house.
Yeah. That's very sweet.
And so so like whenever I see like fully houses that are like just all made of stone and brick, I'm like, I want that. And that's one of the houses that's in the development, and it's right on the corner, and it's stinking huge. But then the other thing is like it has this like a whole like side of the house is like a sunroom that has like so much greenery in it. I'm like,
So
what the-
nice.
I'm like, why do you buy? That's a lot of work.
If it's all real, it could be fake. Or some of them could be fake and some of them could be real.
And depending on the house, that maybe that they just pay somebody to take care of it too.
True. Yeah, see, I don't think about stealing a house. I think about winning the lottery and then buying a house.
Eh.
See, I've never thought about the lotto as a means towards buying much of anything because it's just not with very few exceptions, it's not something that you have a positive expectation in playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Playing
for
for-
sure.
Playing for entertainment, sure, whatever, do what you like, but if you're really actively trying to, it's like, I gotta win this lotto.
Way too logical about this. Way too logical. Take out all the fun.
See, if I'm going to do something like, if I'm going to gamble with my money, I'm going to go to Vegas and play blackjack with a progressive system and run 0.5% player edge. Or poker where I can
See, way
exercise
too
those skills.
logical.
Just
You are
saying.
too realistic about winning and losing money. I just want to imagine someone handing me buckets of money so that I can buy whatever I want.
I mean,
not
I
gonna
imagine that
happen.
too. It's just,
But
I
I
don't
can
see a whole lot of
imagine
point
it.
in dwelling on it.
No fun. You are no fun.
Now, the
That's the
one
episode, guys. So
the one I really
See you
like,
next time.
the one for my imagination is the I don't remember the movie off the top of my head, but basically the premise is you're given X amount of money, but you have to spend every single dollar of it within 30 days, or you don't,
yeah.
and you get to keep everything, or you don't get anything.
What?
So
That's insane.
So basically, and you can't have in the movie they couldn't end up with anything material left at the end of the month. So they basically
What
had
does
to
that mean?
have. So that basically they had to spend. I think it was $1 million in the movie, which at that particular time when it came out, it was a huge amount.
lot.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you basically spend $1 million and have absolutely nothing to show for it at the end of the month.
Right. So you
So-
can't like buy like things to have. You essentially
Yeah,
just have
it's like
to burn
rent
the money.
everything
What is-
and.
Yeah.
What is the point of this? This seems silly.
In the
Do you
movie,
just have
it was,
a bunch of expensive meals. But
Well,
you
so in
can't
the
buy
movie-
clothes, you can't buy a house, you can't buy
You
a
can rent a lot of
car.
those things. In the movie, they rented a hotel room for like a whole floor of a hotel for part of it, but I think in the movie the point was to basically be so sick of spending money that you're not just spending through everything on this big inheritance that was coming after that,
Oh, interesting.
which is an interesting way of going about it. It's like, okay, you're
Yeah.
about to, if you can do this, you're getting a huge amount of money, but we're going to make you so sick of spending money that you'll be more responsible for it when you get the real thing.
It
Which,
already makes
you know.
me feel like I don't want the money to think about having to spend $1 million on nothing. Just
Okay.
thinking about it.
So, Nite, we have to. I looked it up. It's called Brewster's Millions.
Yes, that's the one.
And the thing is, you're underselling it. He had to spend $30 million in 30 days to inherit $300 million.
No.
So
It's been a
is
while
Just
since
30
I
spend
watched
$1
it.
million a
Yes.
day.
Yeah, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
doable, but you really got to work your butt off to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Just
and
giving
so,
money
like,
to
and-
charity.
And then it says, nope, that's part of the reason he's not allowed to own any assets, destroy the money, gift it, give it to charity, or tell anybody about the deal.
So you basically just
Which-
have to burn the money on services.
That's insane.
Oh yeah, it'd be a blast
It'd be
to try
so
doing it.
hard.
I would
so
love
hard.
to try doing it.
What you would need to do is figure out like a way to do it in a day and then just repeat that day every day. Like burn $1 million in a day, like get
You would
all
have
of your
to I know. It would be like traveling for 30 days, but you have to go to a new place every day and you're like flying on private jets that are costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Oh, I guess you could do those things where
See.
you like go into space as an astronaut or go try to
Go
see the
to see the
Titanic and maybe
Titanic,
not
yeah.
die,
But-
that
but
kind
you
of
see-
thing.
See, for any of the spaceflight ones too, though, you'd have to be able to get that to happen within 30 days, and that would be
Mhm.
extremely difficult to pull
Yeah.
off.
That's true.
Yep.
Even
That's true.
with New Shepard's flight cycle these days, and now Virgin Galactic. No, actually, that's not Virgin Galactic that owns it anymore, is it? Spaceship Two. I'm trying to think who actually operates Spaceship Two these days. But they're actually flying paying customers now on Spaceship
Yeah,
Two.
I did see that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with the
The
flight
thing
cadence of
is-
either of them, it'd be tough to make that happen in a 30-day window.
The other thing, just looking at this, is saying that you personally can't own any of the assets. Doesn't say that you can go and like buy stuff for your family.
But then they say then it would be a gift. If you buy something and give it to them, it's a gift.
Can you just buy a bunch of stuff and like burn it in a giant bonfire?
You can't destroy the money. And if you bought the stuff and burned it, that's essentially destroying it.
Hmm,
It-
maybe.
Oh well.
Thank you
It's
for
a
ruining money for me, Nite. I appreciate it.
It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen it yet, it is a fun movie to.
And once again, we're back to our recommendations podcast. I don't know why you
There
got
you
here
go.
for anything else.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's also like vamp a little bit more because I realized I never got the music set up.
And
So
we've come full circle.
now that we have
Yeah.
that giant setup, what would your first thing to spend that money on be?
If I couldn't,
Correct.
I mean, I would travel. Like, I think that's what I would do. At least like for some of those
that
days.
wouldn't burn it. Like you think about how like expensive travel is, and like it's expensive, but it's not like millions of dollars expensive.
So if you have to spend $1 million a day, think about like Kim Kardashian level, like
I mean, I'm
Like-
sure there are ways that you could. I'm sure there are things out there you could waste it on.
right,
The
but think
problem
about
is
like your
knowing like how to access that,
That's true. That is true. But
right?
it
Because
also
it's
sounds
like
like
a
this
it's a whole different lifestyle.
See, I mean, that's where the very first things that you're doing is, okay, I'm hiring a ton of people for the next month.
Mm.
You,
Yeah,
and
that's
you.
true, too.
You're going to figure out how to get this stuff done, these things done. You're doing this stuff, and
Yeah.
Basically, that'd be the first part is getting a bunch of people together to start helping
Hiring
to
a team
organize.
to blow money.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm calling Kim Kardashian and I'm like, hi, how do you spend money? Tell me now. Can I borrow your jet? Because I'm sure it costs you over $100,000 to fly it the 2
Nope.
hours that you fly it every other day.
Yeah.
Nope, it
Call
sure
her up and be
doesn't.
like, I've got 30 million and I want a party. I'll pay for everything.
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing.
Craziest friends.
Yeah.
Those private jets don't cost that much to fly.
Right. Yeah.
Think on the
Can I get
order
a
of
bigger jet and spend more money on fuel? No,
So-
forget a jet. We're getting a boat.
Okay.
Boats
So
cost
a-
lots of money.
So a Boeing business jet costs approximately $7,000 an hour, probably closer to $10,000 an hour to fly at this point.
Okay.
And that's fuel, maintenance, everything.
Does that count
attached to it.
the pilot? Because I have to
Yep.
pay him.
Yep, that's typically with
What?
crew.
These people are not getting paid enough. All right, I'm paying them more.
That's the aircraft itself. They're making a pretty decent chunk of cash flying those aircraft.
I mean, boats are expensive, right? Maybe we should just boat around the Americas. Yacht? Aren't yachts expensive?
I mean,
If
I
you
don't know
can get your hands on a boat that's large enough to cost that much,
I was going to
within
say,
that
I don't
Well, if
think
I
they
have to
just.
rent a boat.
I don't think they rent those out. I think that's a buy only scenario.
I mean, there are
I
super
can't
yachts that you
believe
could.
that.
There are super yachts that you could rent, but it'd be tough to get your hands
Yeah.
on it that quickly.
Right.
That's the real challenge: is trying to get a hold
Yeah.
of something like that within
This is
a
impossible.
day.
Look,
immediately.
y'all are thinking this wrong. All you gotta do is ask Theodore. So anyway, Centralia, a town filled with snow and weirdos, before cult people come in. Yeah, you guys are having an exciting time. You guys have pretty much bullied a one-armed man to get up into pretty much a location to
He
get
started
him,
it.
get him trapped.
He did
Did
start
he? He
it.
just how?
I mean, he ran after
He's
my
come to
kid.
attack us.
Yeah. He tried to kill my
Ah.
kid.
In theory.
That's all I have to say about it.
Everybody's quiet descent.
But as you guys pretty much decided to do is send Brother Kevin, who knows his name,
Yep.
'cause I
That's what I
find
have.
my multiple notes. I need to get out of my own game notes and go over to my other game notes for this game. Other things I could have done while people were talking about money they don't have. Yes, so Brother Kevin, just chasing them throughout the woods, and they lead them back to a place that is very familiar to Cora and Caleb. And pretty much, as I remember, Cora is standing there with the arm, I believe, on the over top of the well, I believe, where Annette is sitting.
That's Caleb's. Yeah, Caleb's got the arm
Okay.
and is basically.
And then we have Cora and Skip are behind a bush waiting to flash Kevin in the eyes with a flashlight.
Alright. So, pretty much Brother Kevin, he's like, in the moonlight, his teeth are like bearing out, just like going almost feral as he's just like, and it looks like, I don't know, kind of, like you guys can see like his teeth, glinting off the light, where it's like they're not normal teeth. It almost looks like he has like snake fangs, as he's just like growls like, "Ah," and just begins to charge at you. But what I want specifically Cora and Caleb to do is to roll me a check as I find my cheat sheet character sheet. There it is. Yeah, roll me a sanity.
That is a 36 under 49.
Ooh, okay, that's a 26 under 49. Do we have the same sanity?
Apparently.
Whoa. Wow. Twinsies. Sorry, I had the wrong song up. So, while this is happening, like, as this person charges towards you, you both are brought back in time. I believe this is the right one. I'll find out in 1 second. To a time as his screams seem to be bouncing off the trees, as you hear throughout the woods, as I find it, a memory flickering on the edges of your mind, just surge ignum igdat forostus. And just that echoing over and over and over again, in different spots of the woods where it sounds like in the middle and everything around you guys, and you see the clearing. Actually, you know what? Skip, roll me sanity as well.
That is 45 under 52.
Okay, let me roll. Oh, that's an 11. That was for Tim.
Nice.
Yeah, so you got, everyone's here is seeing this, where it's it seems like time has slowed down, where it's there's still snow on the ground. But where Brother Kevin is, he's no longer there, and now there's just this house. As you guys are just kind of sitting there looking at this log cabin, as you hear those words that I just said, and my phone turned off, so I'm not gonna say them again. That there's echoing in the woods as this. You hear the crackling of fire and screams, and at the same time, the snowflakes are just slowly kind of drifting down, almost just as time is extremely slowed down for you guys. It feels like y'all are stuck in place. And then the screams collect as you hear that guttural noise that you heard as you were kids, as the cabin burst open, but instead of the giant man that was as tall as an ox on two legs, which I believe that's how he was described, it's Brother Kevin that snaps you back into reality, and now Caleb, or you guys can enact your plan.
Okay.
So
that's not going to cost you anything. It would have been worse if y'all failed.
No kidding. Jeez. So how far is he from the hole and or Caleb?
So he's pretty fast. So it's he's charging forward, and he's probably a third of the way. So he's let's see. I don't remember, because this was almost a year ago when we recorded. Well, it was over a year ago when we recorded the prologue.
see,
so
I told you.
I don't. When we recorded, not when it's aired.
Close enough. It's the same
Technicalities.
thing.
No. False. You keep your lies to yourself. So anyway, look, the only way we can mark the passage of time for this podcast is when Amazon Prime Day is, not by whatever weird time metric you're using. But anyway, let's say that it's like a 40-foot like radius diameter. It's a 40-foot clearing. There we go. Math terms are dumb. And you guys are kind of like, Caleb, you're about 10 feet in, like where the cabin is, where your trap is set up. And everyone else, like in that hiding place, filled with fun memories, is pretty much. You guys are about 10 feet away from Caleb as well, and so brother Kevin is about 20 feet away, and he's just like charging with his like baring his teeth and like his like arm. I think it was his left arm. I don't remember which arm got taken off.
I think it was
whatever.
his left, yeah.
Yeah, so his like right arm is like out towards the side as like this jade like claw blade begins to like just shoot out of his forearm as he's charging towards y'all. Well, towards Caleb.
How many traps of the bear traps or whatever did we get between the? Was there like 2 or 3 of them that we got placed?
I think I had 2. So they're like in front of the well.
Yeah, it's like just a tiny bit away.
So I think Caleb wasn't Caleb like smacking the arm like behind the well to like goad him towards it?
Yeah, so Caleb's basically on the opposite side of the well that's at least partially covered up, and basically trying to keep the brother Kevin distracted and focused on this arm so he doesn't see anything else going on, just basically trying to keep him as enraged as possible. So just like taunting with this arm, like, like, I got your arm, come and get it, you big dummy.
Is there anything that you can like smack it on? Because that was like hurting him before.
Well, I'm like, it'd be like there's like a little bit of an edge to the well that I think we discussed that, it'd be like smashing.
Okay. So, this sounds like a persuade, or I don't see an antagonize. I'm trying to see what kind of skill. This is definitely accounting. So
I mean, this arm is pretty heavy. I'm gonna call it heavy machinery. Or I'm going to repair it by smashing it on the edge of the well many times, and it's electrical.
All things you have no proof of, but
oh no, I know it's mechanical. I'm gonna mechanically repair it by smashing it into the well.
Holy moly, my persuade is insanely high. When did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh, I need to use that more often.
I think you had it super high because you said like it was like Cora's a shop owner to like persuade people and taking deals and stuff.
True.
And then it just never came up again.
We never use it ever.
Yeah, it just that's what happens when you don't read your character sheet. No, I'm gonna say persuade. Because you're not trying to intimidate him, and you're not fast talking him. Actually, fast talk, you might just try to be talking so fast you're trying to confuse him and make him come in towards you. But so I'll allow fast talk or persuade. I don't know if that's the actual translation of fast talk, but it's fun.
Let's see. Does this get bonus for him already being enraged and?
No.
He's like, please, anything to make this a better roll.
No, I've been too kind to everybody in all my games because I don't read the combat rules of any of the systems I make up. So
that's okay. We don't need to read those rules.
No.
Fortunately, a 16 under 19 is still a success.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, I want you to tell me exactly how you're persuading him.
So it's more like just constantly taunting, like just bashing his arm against the well, just all kinds of just, come on, come and get it. You're just you're no good. Just constantly smashing it, and like waving it around, and just basically keeping him as enraged as possible as he's approaching this well, so that he doesn't really see the traps and just hopefully stumbles into them and then falls into the well.
Alright. I'm gonna make a roll here, but Cora, Skip, are you guys doing anything at this moment?
I don't. If he's still that far away, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, Skip's probably pulled his handgun out and like has that readied. But seeing what Caleb's doing, I think he's waiting to see how that plays out.
All right. I need to make a roll here. Because Brother Kevin's enraged, but he's not stupid.
I mean, he could be.
We're gonna die.
why-
We're so gonna die.
Why can't he be stupid?
Who is this person in the car? They need to be here right now.
You don't even know. You need to make up your mind of the random people that show up in this show. Like, the one person that does no harm, terrorist. The person who's in the car that you have no clue who they could be, obvious friend. He had cool music. Or it could be a she. It's 2023 in our world. Like, women could have 5 o'clock shadows. Anyway, so he charges up, and then like he notices something, like pretty much like you see his eyes like focus, and he kind of begins to slow down like before he hits the well, because he's putting together something's changed, something's different. However, he didn't slow down fast enough as he steps into one of the bear traps.
Woo! I have
So-
no idea how much damage a bear trap does to someone.
It's gonna be called Big Ouchies, so don't worry about hit points. Yeah, so he just like goes down to like start ripping, like just pry open the bear, the bear trap. Important thing though, let's see. You guys can all make. There's not like a hunting lore or something. I'm trying to see. Maybe intelligence. Whoever wants to give me an intelligence check. I'm not, unless there's something. Maybe nature. That might fall like within a line of hunting as well.
Natural world, you mean?
Natural world. Yeah.
I can
Nah,
make an
actually, I don't think that
intelligence
would work.
check.
Yeah. Intelligence check would probably, or medicine.
Which would you prefer?
Uh,
I just did an intelligence, but I can re-roll if you want.
And either one will work.
Okay, so for my intelligence, I got a 32 under 60.
I changed my mind.
I got a 47 under 70 for mine, for up my intelligence.
Garbage. I got a 78 over 70.
All right. So, Skip, you're like, that's weird.
I'm big
But,
dum-dum now.
Well, you know what? This might make a little bit of sense because hunting may have been a little bit more in the background of Centralia than you have, and you didn't really sound like you went hunting. It sounds like you babysat Poe and investigated the town. Like
I'm not a
Charlie
very outdoorsy person.
But Cora and Caleb, you notice that like as he's bending the bear trap open, he's kind of take his spare foot and like is putting it on one end and taking his other arm and stretching over, but it doesn't look like there's any damage to his leg.
Of course not.
Like, except like just like a little imprint, which for people who don't know, bear traps pretty much can sever an arm or leg if you get it right. If I remember correctly, I couldn't be miscorrecting, but you pretty much will not be walking for the next
There's
3 to
definitely
6
potential.
months, depending.
So seeing,
but he seems pretty decent. And you know what? That's weird. Y'all roll sanity. I need to make sure you guys roll sanity more for my weird garbage.
7 under 49.
Nope. That is a 81 over 49.
All right.
23 under 52.
No, you didn't even realize what was happening. You're fine.
Yep.
So, yeah, Caleb, you're fine. Cora, give a 1d4.
I think it's very funny that Cora literally had a flashback to her childhood trauma and survived that, but man, this bear trap is freaking her out.
Actually, you know what it could be is like maybe the leg and the scream and like just this flashback of the memory. Maybe it's like you remember hearing the snap of Sarah's leg and the scream and as well. So like you're kind of having overlapping memories because if we remember correctly from the prologue, Caleb ran like the biggest coward. So
Caleb was trying to get help.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, and then we had Hudson Ex Machina show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Where is she now? She needs to show up now.
She's done being your babysitter. She went on vacation.
So
how
seeing
incapacitated is he? Like, I know he's working on getting out, but like, how much time do we have? Does it look like?
It looks like you maybe have like a couple, like maybe well, let me roll a d10 here. You got 7 seconds before his leg's free.
All right, Caleb, what are you doing?
So Caleb's gonna yell to Cora, basically yell now to blind him, and also, so like Cora, light now, and Skip, shove him hard, just run and shove him in, like shove him forward, because he's bending over, he's off balance. Let's head first into this pit. That's the way we gotta go.
Skip looks at Cora and just gives like a raised eyebrow, like.
Yeah, and so, but like you look over, and then like behind Timmy or behind Cora, you see Timmy like lean out. It's like, let's do this, and he like walks over with you to get ready to push. Like he's gonna charge with you.
Skip's like, all right, I guess we're doing this.
Okay. Cora shines the light in his eyes.
And
all right, Skip's like on 3 and does a countdown, like a.
You have 7 seconds. You can't count down. You gotta go.
3,
You don't know you have 7
3,
seconds.
2, 1.
I'm
go.
metagaming right now.
Yeah, you dirty cheater.
we're not gonna have long. He's obviously not injured from this, but we gotta
Right,
take advantage of the distraction.
Let's see. I don't see athletics, so let's do a straight strength check.
Oh,
Oh
not
my
gonna
gosh.
be great.
But add.
Wait,
hold
wait,
on.
what can I do? Does it add anything that I'm like shining a light in his eye?
Will you let me
Well,
finish?
we're running.
I'm listening.
No, you're not. You're doing everything that every other player asks. I did something. Can I get a bonus, please? And not let me finish telling you what the math. So you're gonna get at a plus 30. You're gonna get a plus 20 from Timmy helping you, and 10 from the light.
All right. Well,
You can do this.
Alright, I got a. Wait, so.
You're
Plus 30.
So the basically
we're
add 30 to
adding
your
30
strength.
or subtract.
Add 30 to your
st-
strength,
no,
or
okay.
subtract
Add
30
to
from the
your
dice.
Gotcha.
Either way
Whichever one's
works.
easier for you to do.
Yeah. I mean, I rolled a 3 under 45, so.
Yeah, that's an extreme success. So, like, I don't know. Do you tell me how do you push them into the hole?
I do a running, flying jump kick, fully horizontal.
Respectable.
Wow.
Caleb sees Skip flying in feet first at this giant, and just respect.
Yeah. You just earned your spot. You earned your spot on this team.
So, like, to the point where it's like, I just imagine Tim just goes and like he like somehow like maybe come from the other end and he like tabletopped. So
Yeah.
just like so here's a fun little bit of news. No one actually checked to see if the well was filled with anything.
Oh, that's true. We did not do that.
No, we did not.
But it's okay because he's heavy and the hole's there, but it's like pretty much he lands in there and he like sits there for like a couple seconds, like, and the thought of like, uh-oh, the snow. and then it's like it just all like collapses in, and then like the net that you guys put over there that was loose in there kind of gets pulled in, and he is now super enraged at the bottom of a well, thrashing about. What do you guys want to do now?
Okay, so Cora wants to run up and start pouring gasoline on him in the well.
Alright. Yep. You can do that simple enough. Like, he's down far enough and tangled enough.
Alright, so
but
she...
you can see, like, while you're pointing down, you can see that, like, he's quickly, like, gaining his wits and, like, cutting the net free with his jade knife.
Okay, so she pours the whole thing and then takes out the match and lights it and is just gonna drop it.
Roll me luck.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
a little windy.
Ooh, okay, that is a 49 under 59.
Okay. That's right. Did you guys roll your luck?
I did, and I actually got a little bit more.
Likewise.
I hate this. When can you guys just age out? So yeah, you go and flick the light at like maybe it's like as you go and it's like it's not lighting at first, like and then it's like you see him like kind of cut free and he looks up and then it's like and you just toss it down in there and like it, well, you hit a luck. It lands like right in his mouth, and then all of a sudden it's just like, and like this inferno screen. Who's all looking down there, by the way?
I was gonna say this is so creepy.
Who's looking down?
I am.
In the well. Yeah, you obviously are.
I mean, I would be like slowly getting up because as a 42, 43-year-old man who just jumped in, I would probably be.
Yeah,
probably
you're like,
hit
I'm
the
gonna
ground kind of hard, getting up a little
You're gonna
slow.
feel that tomorrow. Caleb?
I think Caleb is still just like at this point beating the crap out of this arm that he still has, just trying to use that to as much distract and keep the brother Kevin as enraged and in pain as possible that way. So not really looking down yet.
All right.
So just me.
Yeah, you roll sanity for me.
Okay.
Also, Nite, Caleb's gonna need a skill check or an attribute check for arm beating.
Arm beating.
Yeah.
So I got an 84 over 48.
How you had to go past a breaking point or something?
Well, I guess it depends on. Yeah, I didn't actually. I don't remember how much I lost last session.
Yeah,
It depends
roll.
on how we're managing
Yeah,
it.
technically it's supposed to be until like you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So, roll sanity and tell me. Sorry, you did roll sanity. Roll a 1d4.
Yeah.
Let me know how much you lose, and I'll
Oh,
make a
that's
judgment.
4, so that would be 5 total. for
Yeah,
this
no,
time.
you're gonna. Okay, so you're gonna go temporarily insane.
Mhm.
I want to ask you guys, the group, a question moving forward, and that is, would we like to use the chart that I found for Charity Palooza, since it gives us more options and we can just kind of tailor it a little bit to what you roll? I didn't want to just do that. I want to make sure that everyone is okay with this because
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Get a little bit
I certainly enjoyed our random chart sanity
Yeah.
pulling, so I'm fine with that.
The random chart stuff, I also was going between the two charts to what made sense.
Yeah.
I just gotta find it. There it is. Alrighty. And John, I guess you're okay with that? I didn't hear a yay or nay. Okay. Yep. So roll me a D100.
All right, let's see. That is a 39.
39. So you are going to flee in a panic.
Okay.
So let's see. Give me another, just roll 1d10.
Okay. 5.
5? Okay, so I'm trying to remember how long a round is.
Is it 10 seconds like a normal RPG round, or is it shorter?
6 seconds is the normal RPG round.
Oh, you're right.
Let me see. Let's look it up here. But I think it's a little bit longer. Let's see. Let's Google it. I wonder if it's in whatever it is, I mean, if anybody's able to find it before me, let me know.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Like, for some reason, a minute is sticking out, but I don't know if that's true.
I mean, we could just make it that. Let's see.
Well, the book sure doesn't have a whole lot on
No.
combat.
Okay, here we go. Reddit.
It says as much time as you need to complete an action is a round.
Yeah.
So it could be either 6 seconds or 10 seconds. You get to decide as the keeper.
Okay, I'm gonna say 32 minutes per round. Okay, so we'll just, that way we don't have to do weird math, we'll just say 10 seconds. So for the next minute, you're gonna, you just bolt.
That I can get really far in a minute if I'm sprinting. Yeah. Okay.
So, and you can run down the path you just came.
I was gonna say, I would imagine if she's scared that she's running back towards the town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so yeah, you're doing that. Caleb,
everyone just sees Cora turn around and just start like booking it back home.
Yeah, it's not yet. There's something else that we got to do. Like, so Skip is getting up. Caleb, you're beating up an arm. Skip, I'm gonna say that like Tim is helping you up as well, like, because he's just like, dude, that was awesome. I don't think it's a dude in the 1950s, but whatever. And so, what skill or attribute are you just using to beat up this arm?
So I think I'm basically just taking with all my strength and just smashing this arm against basically any hard rock or like the edge of the well type of situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
and that is a 97 over 58.
Oof.
Well.
Oh no.
It's not a fumble because you're over 50. But still, you needed a hard success to not have happen what happens next. So as you slam it against the thing, like the arm twitches and like somehow like bounces off and goes, the hand opens up and reaches towards your face as the knives shoot out. You have, give me a dexterity check.
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, big ouchies might be coming.
That is a 6 under 58.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That is an extreme success. So, like, maybe it's just like it nicks you a little bit, but you're able to toss it and it falls down into the well and then gets engulfed in the fire And so Cora, like, you haven't left yet. Like, maybe you're like in a second of shock because like green flames shoot up, like, and just are licking in there as like the screams go like, ah! And like it's weird because like the flesh like kind of burns away, and it's like you can see that the parts that are still connected, like the blades are like part of the skeleton, and like the bones are also green before like crumbling to dust, and it's gone, and now you're done. You're running.
I'm out.
Yeah, it's like unnaturally fast. So by the time, Caleb, you even look in there, like it's all like going on, like it's all gone. Like it's just embers now. So yeah, you're just gonna run. I'm gonna give everyone like a bit before they can catch up to you. So I'm trying to think. I forget how much a point of move covers.
So I have. Let me see.
Because you're running up full.
So my movement rate is 5 per round. I don't know if we decided that's 5 feet. So would that be like a
8
dash?
meters. It's 8 meters per one combat round. So yeah, so it's 1 meter or yard per movement point. So 55 yards
Per
movement point. So it's 1 point for every point equals 1 yard of movement.
Oh, okay. So I would get 5 yards
Yeah.
per move.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 yards is a lot of feet. That's 15 feet.
Yeah.
Is that humanly possible? I'm not a runner. I do not know these things.
You also have like the gimp leg, don't you?
I know.
Yeah,
yes.
limpy.
I also walk with.
But
a cane.
I think like this is transcending. Like this is like pure survival. Like it's pure like essence. So you're to the best of your ability, like you're just bolting as like without giving a care. Like you're like, I need to survive. Like Satan is in the hole.
So if we're doing if we're doing a minute and each round is 10 seconds, is that what we decided?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I would run 90 feet in that minute.
And we never really determined how far it is. Well,
unless you want me to double it.
Nah, let's.
I mean, 90 feet's not that far. In a minute? 30
With
yards?
my hobble. I don't know what any of these distances
as somebody
are.
who used to play football, 30 yards is not very far.
So I would say we double it to a dash, and which would mean that I run 180 feet or 60 yards in that minute.
Yeah, we can do that. Pretty much, let's say that
I mean,
like
if that's the case, you're like shuffle dragging your leg. Like you are not moving fast.
Yeah, I mean,
It's my attempt.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, we said 90 yards or whatever.
Yeah, so just for like comparison's sake, a 10-minute mile translates to roughly 30 yards every minute, or every 10 seconds.
Right. So like if you ran like a minute, we're like measuring in like multiple football fields. Like if you're sprinting or running fast, you're probably looking at like multiple football fields.
So Dave, can we say that I like made it to the edge of the forest? Like, am I on the perimeter of the town? Let's do it that way. Like, how far?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna say you're kind of like breaking. Like, by the time you get your like wits back together, you're like on the edge of like kind of where Caleb and Tim were berating brother Kevin by throwing logs and punching his hand. I will say Skip and Caleb and Tim, you guys won't notice until like maybe you guys are just looking down. You guys aren't gonna take, at that point, there's like nothing in there. Except for the green fire and ash. But by the time, like, maybe Tim notices and, like, sees Cora, like running free of the clearing, and he's just like, we gotta go. And I'm gonna switch this music. As he's just like, guys, quick. And so it's up to you. Are you guys gonna follow him as he's chasing after Cora?
So knowing that there's another bear trap that didn't get triggered, Caleb's going to, before leaving the area, going to find something and toss on that bear trap, just so that we're not leaving.
Do you know where the bear trap is? You didn't set it up.
Would Skip know where this second bear trap is?
He would, yeah. He would be the one that set it up. One of the people.
So then, like, hey Skip, here, there's that second bear trap. Toss this on it so that nobody else ends up getting hurt by it. And tosses something heavy enough to trip it.
Yeah, and Skip just kind of takes it, goes over to where the other trap is, and just like, drops it to trigger the trap.
Alright, yeah.
And then we'll chase after Cora.
Okay, so now she's, I'm gonna say, like, she's like 30, like, if we'll just go in like 10. She's another round ahead of you guys now because of that. And so you guys are chasing, you following up with her, and it's like, it's weird because like you guys just hear like your own breath and the crunch of the snow, and like you see like the like green like blood or residue or whatever kind of just scattered throughout the path that Brother Kevin left behind. And then you turn around the bend that you guys went up, and you see Cora's actually stopped moving, and she's standing in front, standing before her is a man in a trench coat. And Cora, as you get your wits together, you just hear, "Oh, Cora, what's wrong?" And looking up, as I completely forget people's names, it is...
The suspense is terrible.
Charles Parker. And from behind you, you hear Timmy say, "Hey, boss, you got the message." And we'll see you guys next week.
Well,
Dun
that's
dun
fun.
dun.
What?
Well then.
You get to yell at Timmy's new dad.
His new dad.
Yeah. Percy got taken by clowns.
His new pseudo dad.
Woo! That's a name we
Yes, you
haven't
got-
heard in a while.
Mm-hmm. I guess y'all can be now saying, "I'm still standing and I'm in a well." Anyway, yeah, we'll see you guys next week. And for people who don't remember, because it was almost a year ago, you'll find out who Charles is next week. Till next time, bye!
Bye-bye.
Laters.